The mega manifesto war, ladies and gentlemen, has hit top gear with Prime Minister Modi refusing to back down on his minority remarks despite the opposition accusing him of hate speech. Why the Prime Minister said what he said is open to interpretation. Was there something about the Phase 1 turnout that made him go back to his 2014 Hindu-Muslim narrative? Or is it because he wants to engage the opposition, especially the Congress, on what is his strongest stuff, that is Hindutva? After all, come to think of it, there is no doubt about the fact that the Prime Minister is getting a third term. Then again the question, why did he say what he said and then repeated himself not once, not twice, but thrice? Listen in.
और पहले जब उनकी सरकार थी उन्होंने कहा था कि देश की संपत्ति पर पहला अधिकार मुसलमानों का है। इसका मतलब ये संपत्ति इकट्ठी किसको बांटेंगे? जिनके ज्यादा बच्चे हैं उनको बांटेंगे। घुसपैठियों को बांटेंगे। क्या आपकी मेहनत की कमाई का पैसा घुसपैठियों को दिया जाएगा? आपको मंजूर है ये कांग्रेस का मैनिफेस्टो कह रहा है।
मेरी माता और बहनों की जिंदगी में सोना वो सिर्फ शो करने के लिए नहीं होता है, उसके स्वाभिमान से जुड़ा हुआ है। उसका मंगलसूत्र वो एक सोने का कीमत का मुद्दा नहीं है, उसके जीवन के सपनों से जुड़ा हुआ है। तुम उसे छीनने की बात कर रहे हो अपने मैनिफेस्टो में।
इस देश की में जब संविधान बना तब धर्म के आधार पर आरक्षण का घोर विरोध हुआ था ताकि हमारे एससी, एसटी, ओबीसी समुदाय को सुरक्षा मिलती रहे। लेकिन उन्होंने मनमोहन सिंह जी ने भाषण किया था और उस सभा में मैं मौजूद था मुख्यमंत्री के नाते। मुस्लिमों का देश के संसाधनों पर पहला हक है, ये मनमोहन जी का बयान है।
It is election season, so we should take comments by netas with a pinch of salt. There will be over-the-top claims, there will be half-baked truths, there will be ludicrous attacks as well. All part of the game. But is there any truth to what the Prime Minister is saying? Now, here on this debate yesterday, we had highlighted how Prime Minister Modi's claims about Dr. Manmohan Singh's 2006 remarks on Muslims being priority as far as the country's resources are concerned was a half-truth. But is there any truth to the Prime Minister's remarks on the redistribution of wealth in the Congress manifesto? Is he really saying that Mangal Sutras will be taken away, Hindu gold will be taken away and given to Muslims? Well, here is what Rahul Gandhi has said on the issue.
मैं आपसे सिर्फ ये कह रहा हूं, आप जग जाओ। आपको लूटा जा रहा है, 24 घंटे आपको लूटा जा रहा है और आप देखते जा रहे हो। मैनिफेस्टो में हमने क्रांतिकारी काम करना है। पहला काम जाति जनगणना, इससे सबकी गिनती हो जाएगी, सबको पता लग जाएगा किसकी कितनी आबादी। उसके बाद इकोनॉमिक सर्वे होगा, फाइनेंशियल सर्वे होगा, हिंदुस्तान की सब संस्था का सर्वे होगा। सबको पता लग जाएगा हिंदुस्तान के धन में किसकी कितनी भागीदारी है।
Okay, since we are on the subject, Mr. Modi referred to Muslims as those with more children. Do Muslims in India really produce more children than, say, Hindus or other communities? Now, while there's no denying that the Muslim community has been producing more children in comparison to other communities, actually the story doesn't end there. I'm going to just give you some data and let you decide. The official fertility data for Muslims is 2.36 as of 2021. For the Hindus, it is 1.94. Go back 20 years, the difference was significantly bigger. The figure for Muslims was 3.9, while it was 2.78 for Hindus. Now, according to the government's own data dating back 2012, the average household size for Hindus is 4.3, and for Muslims, it is 5. The population of Muslims was 17.22 crores in the census of 2011. That's the last census that we have, which is about 14.2% of the entire population. Anyhow, back to the Prime Minister now. The opposition has already approached the Election Commission. They say the Prime Minister is seeking votes in the names of religion and targeting one specific community, which amounts to hate. What has the Election Commission done about it? For the moment, nothing. When asked by the press about the Prime Minister's Rajasthan speech, the poll panel said it had no comments to make. Surprising, given that this is the same Election Commission which was fairly quick in taking action against the likes of Randeep Surjewala, Supriya Shrinid, both Congress leaders, and a BJP leader as well, Dilip Ghosh. These politicians were rightfully punished for the statements they made. Question is, are the rules different for the Prime Minister, or did the Prime Minister break no rules when it comes to the statements he's made? Well, in 2019, the Election Commission was kind to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister allegedly sought votes in the name of Balakot airstrike. No action was taken. The Prime Minister allegedly sought votes in the name of religion. No action was taken. 4 complaints were made against the Prime Minister, but in all 4, he was given a clean chit by the Election Commission. I'm talking about 2019. Are we going to see a similar story in 2024? We'll wait to hear from the Election Commission. No action from them so far, but I can tell you this, the left parties have now taken the matter to the Supreme Court. There is a case that the Supreme Court is hearing on hate speech, and the left wants the Supreme Court to hear their case as far as the Prime Minister is concerned as well in this hearing itself. Essentially, they are saying that we have written to the Election Commission. The Election Commission did nothing. We went to a police station to file an FIR against the Prime Minister for his statements. The police refused to file our FIRs. Karan Verma is an author joining us on the broadcast. Advocate APS Khadial is spokesperson of the Congress joining us as well. And we have Vivek Silas, who's spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. He's joining us on the broadcast as well. APS Khadial, I'm going to come to you first. What is the Congress's point of view / stand on the Election Commission? I know that the Congress party has approached the Election Commission, but the Prime Minister has repeated his statements for 3 straight days now. What's your view on the Election Commission's silence?
Number one, Shreya, there is a conflict of interest. I don't know why has the Bharatiya Janata Party not addressed this concern. But before I go to the conflict of interest, let's look at a couple of events, look at a couple of situations that have happened. For the last 8 months, the delegation of India bloc was trying to meet with the Election Commission of India to basically tell them that counting of 100% VVPAT chits is necessary for transparency, for accountability. Let alone resolving the issue, we weren't even allowed the time to meet with them. After that, Mr. Goel had come with the lightning speed. He exited with digital speed. Then 2 new election commissioners come with lightning speed, and the announcement of the elections happens with digital speed. Now, the concern here is that 212 names are given to us, Mr. Chaudhary, the leader of opposition, 14 hours before. Is it humanly possible for him to have analyzed everything and to have come to a conclusion as to which candidate is good for this, the biggest job we have in India? After that, 10 more names are given to us. 6 more names are given to us 10 minutes prior to the meeting. Now, let's understand 2 things. One, the law ministry decides, shortlists the candidates, which is with the government, the Bharatiya Janata Party. Then there's a 2:1 majority in the committee, 2 of the government, 1 of the opposition. So whatever they decide will happen. Now, the most important part here is that the Supreme Court in its order had said that the CJ is to be included in the selection commission, in the selection committee of the Election Commission of India. What problem did the Bharatiya Janata Party have with the CJI, with there being a neutral person? Had there been equality in that committee, because one would have been of the government, one would have been of the opposition.
Mr. Khadial, you are saying this is conflict of interest. What is conflict of interest?
Conflict of interest.
Mr. Khadial, come to the point. What is this conflict of interest you're speaking about?
Question. You don't have to repeat. I'm coming to that. Yeah. So one, the conflict of interest is that if, let's say, I'm chosen by a certain somebody for a job, I would have a soft corner for them. Is it not a conflict of interest? They are the ones appointing. They are the ones shortlisting. They are the ones deciding. So is it or is it not a conflict of interest? Number one, is it or is it not against the principle of natural justice? Is the first question. Second, Shreya, if the CJI would have been a part of the selection committee for the election commission, would that not have ensured more credibility to the committee? What possible problem did the Bharatiya Janata Party have? And third, my question to the Bharatiya Janata Party for this debate is, Vivipati kaun hai? Who do you refer to when you say intruders? Second, who do you, when they say that the manifesto talks of Mangal Sutra would be given away and everything, I challenge them, if they could show this word written in the manifesto, even something close to it, I will give up, I'll quit the debate. And if the Bharatiya Janata Party cannot show that, they should apologize, condemn Mr. Modi for having these remarks, for having
Khadial,
attacked
that was the debate yesterday. Mr. Khadial, that was the debate yesterday. The Congress party chose not to speak on it. Okay? So that was the debate yesterday. Today I'm speaking about the election commission because the left is saying we don't understand why the election commission is mum. They have gone to the Supreme Court. They want the Supreme Court to now hear the matter. But Karan Verma come in here. Mr. Khadial straight away is saying that this is the election commission deliberately keeping quiet because this is the Prime Minister of India and this is partiality. If I'm the person who picks the election commission, why will the election commission be nasty to me, even if I'm doing wrong?
Well, first of all, Shreya, there is no merit to the case, which is why the election commission is mum. And I'll tell you why there is no merit to it, because the Prime Minister has only put out in the open what Rahul Gandhi has claimed in his manifesto. It is Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I'm quoting from the manifesto just so it's absolutely correct, page 7 of the manifesto. Congress will conduct a nationwide socio-economic and caste census to enumerate the castes and subcastes and their socio-economic conditions. Based on this data, we will strengthen the agenda for affirmative action. Now, what is the affirmative action? That is what the Prime Minister wants to know. Then Rahul Gandhi on 6th April during a rally in Hyderabad says, मैं एक रेवोल्यूशनरी काम कर दूंगा. और अभी आपने जो बाइट चलाई उसमें भी उन्होंने कहा, मैं जिसकी जितनी आबादी है उसको उतना हक दे के रहूंगा. आप कैसे दोगे उतना हक? Supposing, let's take an example. In Bihar, there are 4% Brahmins today. But if they have 15% of the resources, will you snatch away their resources and give it to others? Isn't this wealth redistribution? And he's talking about it again and again. So the Prime Minister, for the first time in
redistribution, or is it wealth distribution, or is it quotas, or is it quotas?
Quotas already
exist. Is it reservation?
जितनी आबादी उतना हक देना.
अपना बहुत बढ़िया interpretation है ना. Redistribution is your reinterpretation ना.
Can I speak?
It could be reservation that he's talking about.
So reservation is already there. It's nothing revolutionary. He keeps talking revolutionary. He should come out clean on this now. Why is he not coming out clean? The Prime Minister has set the discourse here. You are promising something. You can't go about promising anything. You need to be put in the dock and asked, आपका क्या मतलब है इस बात का? Because that is the only way. Reservation already exists in jobs and education.
Mr. Khadial,
Rahul Gandhi has also said.
आपका क्या मतलब है इस बात का? ठीक है. Let's ask the official spokesperson of the Congress, Mr. Khadial, क्या मतलब है आपका? This is what Karan Verma is asking. साफ-साफ बोलिए.
See, Shreya, kindly allow me a minute uninterrupted. Let me put things into perspective. Because the Bharatiya Janata Party is accustomed to misleading the people, has been doing that ever since they came into power, and let me show you how. In the first segment, in my very first statement, what did I say? That if anyone supporting or anyone from the Bharatiya Janata Party could show one word close to Mangal Sutra would be given away, what Mr. Modi said, I'll quit the debate. And if they cannot do that, they should apologize and condemn Mr. Modi for doing that. He hasn't been able to show. Nevertheless, he goes on and suggests that, Mr. Modi has been saying and doing the right thing. It is nowhere in our manifesto. Is it anywhere written that, redistribution would happen, your gold, your jewelry, your Mangal Sutra would be taken and it would be given to a certain community. Nowhere does it say that. And second of all, for having done this, should there not have been an immediate action taken by the Election Commission of India? And has it not been observed and taken
Karan Verma, respond to that.
Number two. So talking of censoring...
Respond to that. Karan Verma, respond to that. Now, don't tell me that the Prime Minister has not said something where he has not crossed a line. The comments he has made are communal. Saaf hai na? You're pandering to your constituency, you're speaking to your constituency. Now, a lot of things that politicians say during elections, need to be taken with a pinch of salt. But this is crossing a line. Should the Election Commission not have at least sent noticed and said, "Bhai, ye kya bol diya?"
Okay. So, Shreya, they've talked about wealth survey. हम सर्वे करेंगे. आपने भी जो बाइट चलाई, हिंदुस्तान के सारे संसाधनों का सर्वेक्षण.
Don't talk about what they said. I'm asking you a question.
I'm answering
Karan, देखो. This was yesterday's debate. No, this was yesterday's debate. You were here on yesterday. You were here on the show yesterday. Don't repeat yourself. Answer my question.
I'm answering your question. Let me for 45 seconds. If I don't answer, then hold me to it. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said, सारी संसाधनों का सर्वेक्षण. संसाधन कौन से हैं? आप मुझे बताइए. This is everyone's wealth. Now, wealth includes assets also. It includes jewelry. It includes everything. So, are you telling me that the Congress will do, the Congress which made a hullabaloo about Pegasus,
Karan, you're repeating yourself.
Include in our personal spaces, it's going to find out what the assets are, what the women's
Karan,
assets are,
yourself.
what everybody is owning, and then redistribute it. Is that what it is? That's a legitimate question asked by the Prime Minister.
Karan,
he may have drawn an image about it.
And this is kite flying.
Karan,
you're repeating yourself and this is kite flying. I've asked you a question about the Election Commission. You please answer that. Otherwise, I'll go to Mr. Silas.
I don't think there is any merit in the case. So why would the Election Commission take action? In fact, action should be taken against Rahul Gandhi. Why has he been talking ad nauseum about minorities? At least 17 places where he's talked about promoting minorities even in public procurement works. Why is he doing this?
He's not calling minorities Guspetiya, no.
So,
but he's not the one calling minorities घुसपैठिया हैं जो लोग ज्यादा बच्चे पैदा करते हैं.
तो घुसपैठियों की आपने जो बात कही, 70,000 Rohingyas resettled in Kashmir, where Kashmiri Pandits have yet not been settled. Who resettled these Rohingyas? There were 3 crore illegal beneficiaries. You must know that. DBT came in and after that Mr. Modi removed those illegal beneficiaries. तो ये घुसपैठिया ही तो थे ना, घुसपैठिया illegal beneficiaries. इसमें why are you giving a religious color to it? When he said Muslim,
who was in alliance with Mehbooba Mufti? Who's in charge now? Who was in alliance with Mehbooba Mufti and who's in charge now of Jammu and Kashmir? Mr. Silas, come in here on the role of the Election Commission. ठीक है. I just want to get the Samajwadi Party's view on the role of the Election Commission and how they've behaved in this particular case.
Very good evening to you. As far as the Election Commission of India is concerned, I think they are doing a very dangerous thing, you know. They are we thought they are the puppets of the Bharatiya Janata Party, but today I can say they are the slaves of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You know, as you mentioned earlier into what happened in 2019, it was the Honorable Prime Minister asking vote in the names of martyr. He even had the photograph of martyrs behind his back. That was, and the Constitution says you cannot do that. Even after seeing that, the Election Commission didn't do anything. What do you expect? The Election Commission is going to do anything? They're not going to do anything. But for the Bharatiya Janata Party, let me tell you, after the first polls, after 102 seats that have gone for the polls in the first phase, the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Prime Minister is in a panic mode. They know they are losing the election. That is why such statements are being given by the Honorable Prime Minister of decisive politics. Hindu Musalman, Eid, Diwali, Shamshan Kabristan, Asti Bees. These are the things that have been said by the Prime Minister even in the past. And they have been saying that. But why are
you saying they are losing the election? Every person who's looking at this, in fact, every Aam Janta who's looking at this election will tell you that Prime Minister Modi is coming back for a third term. ये तो सबका पता है ना?
I think you have a totally misconception about that.
Now, how is it a misconception?
Because I have been traveling. I know I have been on the ground. The people are having huge resentment against the Prime Minister. If you see the CSDS data, it says more than 51% of the people believe in India that unemployment and price rise, inflation is the biggest issue.
Now, the second biggest issue is when you make that argument to the people of this country, many of them will turn around and say, what is the alternative? Option kya hai? Alternative kya hai? And there is where many people who are sitting on the fence do not know what to do in this election. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for the moment. Mr. Silas, thank you very much. I hope we can see you again in the studio. Karan Verma, thank you very much. And APS Khadial, thank you very much for joining us. Again, this is not, if you are wondering where this debate went and what we were talking about, fact is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a political debate, and we know this particular debate is not ending anytime soon. I'm fairly certain you'll hear from us on it tomorrow and day after as well, maybe through the weekend as well.